Hello friends. So how are you all? I hope you are all fine and you are following my lectures. And today what I want to give you a very important concept. That is the difference between the trade discount and the cash discount. We often remain very much confused about these little concepts, that what are these actually, what trade discount means, what actually the cash discount is concerned about. So I want to tell you clearly the concept of trade discount and cash discount. So let's see. At first we can see here it is written that meaning. So at first it is very important to know that what is the actual meaning of trade discount, right? Trade discount is allowed by a seller to buyer on the least price of the commodity. So take an example. A buyer is going to purchase a machinery. Okay. So the seller is providing him the machinery and he is allowing a certain amount of discount to the buyer, say that may be 10% or 20%. So that is basically the trade discount, and it is, just note each and every point, trade discount is allowed by a seller to buyer on the least price of the commodity. So whatever the price of the commodity has been fixed by the seller, on that price the trade discount is being allowed to the buyer to boost up the sales. Okay. Next, what is then cash discount? As these two terms denotes discount, we often remain very much confused that what is the basic difference between the trade discount and cash discount, right? Cash discount is allowed by a seller to buyer to encourage prompt payment from the buyer. So, cash discount may be of 10%, maybe of 20% like the trade discount, but why it is given? Its main purpose is to encourage the prompt payment from the buyer. For example, whenever we are going to purchase anything in the market, what is happening? Our mentality is we will just bargain and bargain. Our mentality is to get the product at a very cheap price. Okay. But the seller's mentality, what it is? Seller's mentality is to boost up the sales, to make profit. So, his mentality and our mentality do not match. What happens? We often go in the market and find that who is giving the product to me on credit. Okay. So, what seller used to do then? He just make up his mind and he just provides a certain amount of discount and tells that if you give me the money, if you return me the money within 15 days, I will provide you 10% of discount. If you provide me the money within 20 days, I will give you 8% of the discount. Like this, what happens then? His needs and our needs just coincide with each other. That is, seller also able to sell, boost up the sales also, and as well as buyer also taking the goods at a little less price. Okay. So, if the trade discount, the basic purpose is to make the bulk sales. Second point, let's see. Purpose. What is the purpose? I have written it separately so that it is easier to understand. To facilitate bulk sales. Actually, to make this bulk sales, the trade discount is being given. Usually, it is given by a wholesaler to a retailer to boost up the sales. Because what retailers used to do, retailers used to buy a very big quantity of products from the wholesaler. So there are many wholesalers. Let's say in the market A, B, C, D, there are many wholesalers. So the retailers used to buy the products from that wholesaler who is giving more trade discount. Okay, so it is generally conducted to facilitate bulk sales. Okay, now what is cash discount? What is the purpose? To facilitate prompt or immediate payment so that the seller gets immediate payment from the buyer. Okay, so that the credit period does not extend so much. Because as long as the credit period will extend, the money will be blocked in the hands of the buyer. Okay. Now, so that the buyer makes immediate payment, prompt payment, the purpose of cash discount is to make prompt payment. So first was this meaning. Trade discount is allowed by seller to buyer on the least price of the commodity. That is the commodity, the price of the commodity which is fixed by the seller at the very beginning, or you can say it as invoice price. And cash discount is allowed by a seller to buyer to encourage prompt payment from the buyer so that he can get the money back within a very short span of time, which he shouldn't have get back if he hasn't paid, he hasn't allowed any kind of cash discount. Then if he has allowed any types of cash discount, he will be able to get the prompt payment from the buyer or immediate payment from the buyer. Now purpose is also that trade discount, I have said that it is to facilitate bulk sales so that more amount of sales revenue can be generated. The purpose is that. And cash discount to facilitate prompt payment or immediate payment so that immediate payment can be made. Okay. Now entry in books. Trade discounts, see, in trade discount in the books of accounts, no entry is made in case of trade discount. Okay, you have to remember it. And in cash discount, the entry is to be made. So finally we have come to a conclusion, to a certain level of conclusion, that in the trade discount in the books of accounts, no entry will be made for the trade discount that is being provided. I will make you understand with an example later on. But for now, you just understand this point, that entry in books, trade discount, no. Cash discount, yes, entry is to be made. Okay. Next is in case of trade discount, when it is allowed. So trade discount is allowed at the time of purchase. Whenever a retailer or a customer is going to purchase any goods, then the trade discount will be allowed at the time of purchase, when he is purchasing the goods. Okay. And cash discount will be made at the time of payment, when he is making the payment for purchasing the goods. At that time, the cash discount will be provided by the seller to the buyer. Okay. So it is provided at the time of making the payment. The basic difference is that trade discount is provided at the time of purchasing of goods and cash discount is provided at the time of making the payment for goods. Right? Clear? Now trade discount, it depends on quantity of goods purchased and amount of purchase. So let's take an example. The wholesaler is saying to retailer, if you purchase from me 5,000 machineries, then I will provide you with 10% trade discount, right? But if you purchase from me 4,500 machineries, I will provide you 8% with trade discount. So it is basically depends upon the quantity of goods purchased. The more you purchase, the more you will get discount. Now, and it will also depend upon the amount of purchase. For example, it can be from the viewpoint of quantity of goods purchased. It can be also from the viewpoint of amount of purchase. How many amount, total amount, it will depend upon the amount. Like that, if the wholesaler is saying to retailer, if you purchase goods worth 1 lakh rupees from me, I will provide you with 10% discount. But if you purchase worth rupees 80,000 from me, then I will provide you 8% discount. Like this, the more you will purchase, it can be happen that quantity of goods, the more quantity you will purchase, you will get more trade discount, or it can depend upon the amount of purchase. The more worth of goods, total worth of goods you will purchase, it will depend upon the amount of purchase. I will provide you with more trade discount, right? Now in case of cash discount, it depends on the amount of credit given. For example, the seller is telling to buyer that I am providing you the cash discount of 10%, let's say 10% on the amount that is being given as credit to you. He has purchased a goods of 10,000 rupees. Okay. From that he has made down payment of 2,000 rupees. But remaining 8,000 is credit to customer. Now he is telling, if you provide me the 8,000 rupees within 15 days, I will provide you 10% discount. But if you provide me this 8,000 rupees after 15 days, then I will not provide you any discount. Like this the transactions happen. So it depends on the amount of credit given. So that the basic, I have told you that cash discount, the main thing is to encourage the prompt payment from the buyer, or to get the immediate payment from the buyer, right? Now, and another thing is that in cash discount, time period, it depends on the time period within which the payment is made by customer. I have given this example to you right now. So what I have told before, that if you provide me 8,000 rupees, I'm telling again, just make up your mind and understand the fact. If you provide me 8,000 rupees within 15 days, I will give you 10% discount. But if you do not provide me 8,000 rupees within 15 days, or you provide later than 15 days, then I will not provide any discount to you. So why it is being done by the seller? Because to get the payment immediately. Okay. Now that was basically the difference between trade discount and cash discount. Now let's understand the whole concept with an example. Mr. X purchased goods from Mr. Y. Okay, Mr. X has purchased goods from Mr. Y. List price was 10,000. The invoice price or list price was 10,000. That was being fixed by Mr. Y. Okay. Mr. Y allowed 10% discount to Mr. X on the list price for purchasing goods in bulk quantity. So, what is being understood from this statement? 2 points were there. 10% discount to Mr. X on the list price. I have told you that trade discount is allowed by a seller to buyer on the list price of the commodity. And another thing to understand, for purchasing goods in bulk quantity, I have also told you the purpose is to facilitate bulk sales. So it is being reflected here, the amount of 10% discount is the trade discount that is being provided by Y to X, right? First point is clear that it is trade discount. Secondly, further a discount of 20% was allowed to him to make the payment within 15 days. So what does this message convey? A discount of 20% was allowed to him to make the payment within 15 days. So Mr. Y warns that if you make the payment within 15 days, that is for prompt payment, I will allow you the discount of 20%. So it is basically the cash discount. And it was trade discount, right? Now, show how this is to be calculated. Now let's see how the trade discount and cash discount, both the things taking together, we will calculate. First, list price 10,000. It was the price fixed by Mr. Y. Okay. Let's trade discount. First, we have to take the trade discount on list price at the rate of 10% on list price, that is on 10,000. So we are getting 1,000. Don't see this thing now, for now, just understand the calculation at first. So now, after deducting 1,000 from 10,000, we are getting 9,000. Now the cash discount, less cash discount 20% on 9,000. We will provide the cash discount always list price minus trade discount. So cash discount will be provided on list price minus trade discount. Okay. So 9,000, we are getting 1,800. So finally we are getting the product on 7,200 rupees. Now the fact is that first we have to calculate the trade discount and then the cash discount. Now I have told you before that entry in books, trade discount, no entry will be there in books of accounts. But in case of cash discount, entry will be there in books of accounts. So now here in this case, the trade discount, the 1,000 rupees, not to be recorded in books of accounts. We will not record it in the books of accounts. But the cash discount of 1,800, yes, it is to be recorded in books of accounts. So how I will pass the journal entry in the case? So purchase account debit, I will take 9,000 rupees because I have already said that the trade discount will not be accounted for. But anyhow, we have to make the amount to 7,200. So how we are going to do this? Purchase account debit, we will take this amount, 9,000. Okay. So we are purchasing the amount. Purchase is going debited, and 9,000 will just come here. Then to cash account. See, first you will consider this to discount received. How much discount has been received by the customer, that is by X. 1,800. The cash discount will only come into account. I have also told it previously. And the remaining balance to cash account we will write 7,200 because cash is going from the pocket. So it is being credited. Okay. Now what is the narration? Being goods purchased from Mr. Y of 10,000 rupees at the rate of 10% trade discount and 20% cash discount. So in the narration itself, in the journal entry, in the narration itself, we are making understand the people that the whole fact, whatever is the trade discount and whatever is the cash discount, we are just mentioning through the narration in journal entry, right? So I think that the whole concept is very much clear to you. Just घर में जाके एक बार इसको देख लीजिए, पूरी तरीके से समझ में आ जाएगा. Okay, so please note it down.